communication is hard.
I know. You think we would have learned it after 11 years?
Aber 11 years, I don't know. I don't even know. I believe 267 episodes? What does it say in the live stream? In the live stream, it says 264. I'm not sure if I trust this number. I'm not have.
It also says season 8.
Oh no! Let me so, because we are clearly no longer in season 8, starting today, and I have not color coded my OBS on for this screen. Hello and welcome everybody to the AWKWARDCast for the 9th time or season or whatever. We are here still again.
Like The Simpsons, we never die.
2025, yeah. I wish we would also do the same no aging thing that The Simpsons do. I wish I would still be a toddler after 9 years. Wait, I thought of the wrong character. I should probably not identify with Maggie so much.
You can't be Maggie. You talk way too much.
I mean, have you ever seen Maggie without her pacifier? Before every episode, they plug in the pacifier simply so he fucking shuts up.
Sorry, I like the concept of that. Because that is not too far off of why I had a pacifier as a child.
Wow! We already live, otherwise that would be one hell of a transition.
No, I mean, deadass, my family told me that, yeah, I talked when I started learning words as a little Chrissy, because I started learning speech very early. Mm-hmm. Like, I think I was 1 when I started talking.
Fucking overachiever from the get-go.
Yeah. If it makes you feel better, I didn't learn how to tie my shoes till I was 8. That was the one thing I did not know how to do. But, you know, I started talking and they were like, yeah, we were supposed to wean you off the pacifier, you know, earlier than that. But that was the only way you would be quiet. They already had to deal with the fact that I learned how to jailbreak out of my crib very early on, so I guess they needed some victories.
Yeah, sweet victories. But yeah, did I actually do the thing? Like, hello and welcome to the AWKWARDCast where Ayn Wye and Keyframe wonder about random drivel.
Well, now you did.
Did I? Huh.
Funny.
Otherwise, I still could welcome them to the AWKWARDCast where Ayn Wye and Keyframe
yes
wonder about random drivel.
Yes, but I mean, what would be the proper way to say welcome to the AWKWARDCast where Ayn Wye, which is you, and Keyframe, which is me, wonder about random dribble, which is what we do.
Well, you know what I just realized?
What?
If you take those words, A&Y and Keyframe, wonder about random dribble, this is kind of like if you take the first letters like an acronym, it spells awkward. Max,
that is the most creative thing you will ever do.
I came up with it and it actually probably is, isn't it? This is my contribution to everything by actually...
Welcome everyone to the best bit we will ever do on the show.
Potentially. And to have a little bit of a flashback, what kind of a history we are talking about? Let's have since it is the first episode of the 9th season. A little bit of a funny look back, which is like, first season, 27 episodes, I see you are enjoying your old artwork, as every good artist does.
Yeah, totally. I mean, I'm still fairly happy with how you looked. But then I like how you just see how I started to lose
the nose.
No, just I got more round as
also there,
everything went on.
So who is this imposter in the who I was working with for the first 2 seasons? And then here it's clearly cosmic.
Yeah.
Round face, no nose. But who is this person? Who was this? Who is this even? I do not know. What a stranger who made it in there. Similar hairstyle, though.
The flesh suit went through different iterations, okay? It took a while for me to nail what I liked.
But yeah. Point being, first season, we started halfway through the year, so only 27 episodes. Mm-hmm. Which is like fair. But we were so committed for the first few seasons. 47 episodes... Which is like a weekly show, which means
that was when I would still do the shows if I was at conventions.
Yeah, and or we would do the show if only one of us was available, and then we just got the Eurocast. The floor, baby, because loud.
Oh yeah, floor.
Still the loud bottle.
There we go.
So the first 2 full seasons, we only missed 5 weeks out of the entire year. Those are probably like, Christmas, when we both were somewhere, because if one person was there, we still would do the show.
Yes. And then we decided, that's stupid.
I'm not sure when we did, because season 4 and 5 are still pretty 39 and 35 episodes. So we eased up a little bit. We were like, okay, we don't need to force ourselves.
It's when we entered the pointing arc.
Basically, yeah. With the pointing arc came the decision like, A, we only do it when we are both around. B, we only do it if it can be done without stress. So sickness, stressful convention stuff and weeks in general and traveling and whatnot. All were like, we don't put ourselves through that and we don't put you guys through a subpar show. So, where are you looking? Oh yeah, there's actually a lot of conversation in the chat.
Yeah, about your hair.
My hair?
Yeah. But anyways...
Wait, in the drawings or in real life?
Let's just look at the drawings.
Wait, my real life hair? Oh, my hairline receding also, yeah.
Why do you guys think that is a nice... first of all, why do you think that's a nice thing to just point out in a chat unsolicited? You guys are really acing social tack today. But also, I do like that I guess for these 2 seasons, we decided not to change the background.
Yeah, but the art.
But we changed the art, and then we decided just to change the background. And then I still really love this background. This background was really nice. Though I think this one is my current favorite.
Yeah. The new one? Or?
Yes, the new one.
Yeah. Also, wait, just curious. Yeah, it was really for the entire season. But yeah, I also love how it's like we had this Tron background in season 4.
Yeah.
Then we went all static, and then in season 8, Tron background is back, baby.
But elevated.
Oh yeah, it's a different one for sure. It's a new original one. But I mean, like we completely, I mean, at the end of the day, all the artwork is that one's achievement.
Aww.
Again, I contributed the name like in 2017, and this was my only contribution to the show. Otherwise, I just show up. But the art always from there. So, but yeah, I love how the Tron theme then suddenly was like, you know what? Let's Tron it up a little bit again.
But add space.
Exactly. Yeah, that was the thing. This was all Tron. Here we have now space, and the fragments have completely dropped now.
Yes. Now we have escaped.
Oh wait, now we are completely.
We escaped Tron, and now we are in halftone Spaceland.
Yeah. Now, this is the future for if you want to see the unaltered pic. No, this is what am I doing? This was OBS. I almost gave you and this is also the wrong one. I almost gave you a look behind the. No.
Also, whenever we do have a guest, you guys will see the new borders, because I actually color corrected the borders. Did not get the one that was the 4-framed one, though.
I mean, I also redid all the borders anyway, so...
Oh, but I color corrected the borders to be purple, too.
I know, aren't they?
No, that's blue.
No, that's purple.
No, I'm talking about, like...
Yeah.
The borders.
Oh! You are right, damn it, I forgot that in the 4 ones. I did it for the 6 ones. Ah.
Good job.
Yeah. Okay. One more try. Here it is. Okay. Here it is, finally. So this is the current one in all its glory.
There you go.
Yeah.
I'm very glad that we went through all this effort to show a background. I mean, at least it's not a gray gradient.
I know, who would ever do that?
The best art piece to ever be put on DeviantArt.
It's true. Wait, what is this? It's literally called AWKWARDCast Social Cues. It's not... They got us there. They got us there.
We are the awkward cast. You're not the awkward cast.
They are the people who voluntarily expose themselves to this, so they are a little bit awkward themselves.
We are all stuck on the same train cart, and we're the very loud people who are having a conversation and listening to things without putting in our earbuds. And you are still 20 stops away from reaching the airport, so you're stuck there.
Also, something else to just point about, which of this episode, she's here in person. Just wanted to bring this up in case people missed it. So it's here in person.
Hello.
It's a thing.
Yeah.
So
Why was that the thing to point out?
I don't know. We haven't addressed the fact that you are here in person yet.
I feel like that was implied.
I mean, it could be.
This isn't holographic magic. I can hit you.
Yeah, I mean, but there's the thing. Like, it could be AI. It could be a very good split screen. So.
I think they would know that it's not AI or a really good split screen, because that would be too much effort for you to do.
That is true. But at least finally we also resolved the rumors that people have never seen us in the same room and that we are technically the same person.
Was that a rumor?
Oh yeah, absolutely. I just made it up. And I have to say, it's more snappy because there's not the internet delay. And this person is suffering even more. So, media, or do we have anything else to talk about?
Sorry, that really got me. This is why I like when we're in person, because it just is the internet's a different vibe than in person. Everyone, stop being introverts.
Exactly. So
meet people in real life.
If you want to be a guest on the AWKWARDcast going forward, super easy, barely an inconvenience. Just get yourself, and probably also Keyframe when she's back in the US, get yourself a plane ticket, come over here, and we just do it in person on the sofa over there. That is the new bar of entry.
I see no issue with this plan. I see no...
Especially since this means that every week for Sunday you need to travel back to Germany to then travel back to the US.
I mean, if I get one of those credit cards that gives me airline miles, I would do so well. I would become one of those gold members. Have you ever heard... I guess this could count as a media, because it's something to talk about.
Okay. That is the official definition of media on this show.
Have you ever heard of the man who bought enough pudding to never have to pay for a flight again?
I have, for one thing, yes, I actually have heard about it, but I am not sure what to Google and put on there's the screen, onto the screen to show. Okay, let's just Google the man who bought enough
pudding
to never... I know that there's a typo in there, but I trust Google.
To never die.
Wow, to never die? To never win?
To never pay for a flight again.
Pay for a flight again. Wow, Google, you are...
Oh yeah, the time an engineer bought 12,000 cups of pudding.
Huh.
Yes.
And there's even a video, so I actually have something to show and to link afterwards. This is a pretty epic development I did not see coming.
Yes, so this...
Also, there's an ad, so I wait for sharing it with you guys.
So this thing is one of my favorite stories. So basically, this guy, I think this was like back in the 90s or something.
What is this? Pudding. I just put down the note pudding guy, but please continue.
But no, like, so there used to be like, there was just a promotion, like backstops, like little things you can, or UPC codes that you can, if you cut them up and mail them to the place, you can get airline miles from, I think, Delta or United or something. And this engineer, I think he like worked at like a university or something, was like, I'm going to game the system. And I think he spent like, because like pudding cups were only like 30 to 50 cents. So he bought like 12,000 cups for like, I think like maybe like a few $1,000s. And he like bought out like 3 stores, and it got him like 1.2 million airline miles.
Huh.
He now has like a gold card that
that guy probably that we see over here.
Yes, that guy.
It's weird. We point there because the screen is in real life.
But like he has like this gold card that gives him unlimited miles for the rest of his life.
Huh.
And it was such a weird story. I think it's actually... Have you ever seen the movie Punch Drunk Love?
No, doesn't even ring a bell.
Oh, well, that's surprising. It actually is a popular movie. It is a subplot in Punch Drunk Love of just buying a bunch of pudding to get airline miles. And I want that to come back. I want those capitalism has caused these types of funny situations to never happen again.
Yeah.
Because you don't see pudding. You don't see God, I'm thinking of American. You don't see Campbell's Soup being like, if you mail in a bunch of soup labels, we'll give you free airline miles, or like so on and so forth. I want that back. I want to be able to cash in things for prizes, and I want to game the system. I want to be the pudding man. Just to let people know, he donated a lot of the pudding to food banks. He didn't just eat all the pudding. But it was funny because apparently people would just see him walk out with pallets, like those big wooden pallets of just pudding.
Huh. But yeah, finding that's kind of a loophole.
But also, of course, it was an engineer who came up with this concept.
It sounds like it, because there's math involved.
That's the kind of exploit where as soon as the airline was aware he's doing it, they shut him down immediately. Well, they didn't do it fast enough.
Yeah, he got this one golden ticket.
I'm
abusing her.
But living in airports around the world, I mean, they can't. That is a great way to be on the lam. That you're just living at an airport and using and just using different
infinite mile or different credit cards.
Yeah, that is amazing. I mean, I've seen people actually start doing a thing where they're like, we travel so much, we just live at the airports. Which, why would you do that? That is the most inconvenient life. I have slept at airports before.
Oh, I've tried.
It's not a fun experience.
I mean, it's the thing. Once you made it past, once you are past the check-in or the security, then there are actual seats, depending on the airport, maybe even sleeping lounges. Try to sleep before you get to security.
The last time I was in Germany, that's exactly what I had to do. I just kind of slept on the ground at the airport, and because the security does close at a certain point. Which is very funny. But it reminds me of the guy who bought hundreds of copies of Shrek 2 on VHS to try to win the car. Oh yeah, because there was a little sticker where you could win a Kia Sorento car or free ice cream at Baskin Robbins. So this guy on TikTok just keeps getting copies of Shrek 2 to try to win the Kia Sorento, even though obviously the deal has expired.
Oh.
But the thing is, he's opened 300 something copies of Shrek 2 on VHS and has never won the Kia Sorento, which just further highlights, I don't think the Kia Sorento ever existed.
I mean, the thing is, if they just made a single one of all the VHSs in the world to have this, because they only had one Kia for the price, then
I mean, fair.
300 over all existing ones is still...
But the thing is, I feel like if you won a Kia Sorento from a Shrek 2 VHS, you would not I would not shut up about it. And I base everything on how I would act, because I'm the most normal person on the planet.
Well, that's awkward. Welcome to the post show.
But yes. Did you watch any medias?
I did watch medias. And I did not just watch medias. Believe it or not, I also...
listen to an audiobook.
I actually did. It's called Blood and Bone. I forgot the author. I did not load this up, so lucky you, Enigma. It's actually good. It's really good. I maybe should talk about it. I'm already listening to the sequel, so maybe when I'm caught up on that. It's entire standalone fantasy world, and pretty good. But no, what I did play for only a handful for only 1.5 hours to 2 hours. I believe less. Was it 1.5 hours? I believe it was 1.5 hours or something. And I finished it, but it's for free, so you can't really complain. Is Avaria, from which on first glance maybe the art style already rings a little bit familiar. It's from Van Ripper. The dude behind Helltakers.
I could tell when.
Yes, exactly. When the artwork of the ladies is there, and as you can also potentially tell if you are familiar with Helltakers. Helltakers was more the kind of puzzle game where you need to move blocks to open the path, and what even other videos here? Oh no, audio. There's audio. This was a puzzle game where you just needed to solve a puzzle in a number of steps, but until the latest one installment, there was not an can you actually eat this cupcake? I never found an eat cupcake button. Oh no, I need to go back into the game now. Until later level, there was nothing action based. It was just solving a puzzle by pushing things. This one, as you can clearly tell, probably from looking at the footage, is not that. It is an action based one where you
Do they have more pictures of the ladies?
There's the lady.
That is there.
Zamora, the first lady.
She is wearing clothes. It was very hard to tell for a moment. I want to see the engineer girl. I saw her pop up in the promo, and now I don't see her.
I mean,
there she is.
No, this is the flamethrower girl. They're technically like how many ghosts? There are very few ghosts actually. Wait, there is. Maybe I can find a picture of all the characters. Why is it playing again with the music? I mean, here is one of the girls.
I love her already.
Alaria. Also, it's fun. The game just. Helltaker still had the little opening, like this opening slideshow of like, one morning you wake up and you have the desire to have a harem of demon girls. So you go into hell and recruit a bunch of demon girls. This doesn't happen here. It's just, you start, you get a little call from your supervisor who's like, okay, rookie, be careful, go in there. Like, what? No story, no nothing, you're just this character suddenly in there. But you learn the majority of the backstory through the very minimal dialogue. I mean, there is maybe 1 page of dialogue throughout the entire game, but it tells you all you need to know.
I don't know how much I like. They can't see this, but if you're Googling, there's a bunch of results, and the bottom one was a Waria choking hazard, and it's like, what does that mean?
What is a Waria? Oh! Here we have a sign up of all the characters. I guess mild spoilers, maybe. I don't know. It's probably not telling you anything just to see the character profiles.
You don't know where they're.
Yeah.
For all you know, they're just a bunch of green hell takers.
It's kind of like graphic. Sorry,
it's on Reddit. You're just gonna have to deal with that.
I have to deal with it now. Now it's actually pretty huge.
It is.
There it is. Like here you have all the characters, like my supervisor,
yes.
the player character, and then them ghosties.
I like her.
Nikita.
Yes.
Nikita, who is a head taller than everybody else.
She looks like she can destroy me. I like her.
And she has a flamethrower, so that makes her.
Her and the doctor look like the most comfortable to cosplay.
But yeah, it's also fun when you beat the game. You unlock little behind-the-scenes development log kind of things, but only a handful of. To actually unlock the entire rest, you need to beat every level on hard mode, which is fucking insane. I played it on normal.
Like it's hard.
I know, but I played it on normal mode and I barely managed to beat the game. Hard mode is like hard, like. Normal mode, you have a little drone thingy.
Fantastic commentary.
I know, right? They have a little drone thingy, which thanks to that you can take a hit every 10 seconds. And this is it's classified as a bullet hell. And while it doesn't look like it at first, it absolutely is a bullet hell game. So taking one hit is a lot worse. And being able to take a hit every 10 seconds is pretty strong. And it became kind of a tactic for me. So, and in hard mode, this is removed. So in hard mode, you have 1 life, and if you die, you need to restart the level, and...
Well... Sounds like you never experienced that, ever.
I know, right? But point being, it's for free on Steam. It has the same charm as Helltakers. There is also a baby mode in case you just want to beat the game without having to worry about it being a difficult bullet hell game. So go for it. Check it out. Link below. It's give this man Van Ripper all the love for his charming ladies.
I really do like it. I don't like the person who said that these are just William Afton from Five Nights at Freddy's. So cool that's awesome. But also Enigma, pudding story over. It's been over. Did you leave because of the pudding story?
Which pudding story even?
The pudding story about the 12,000
Oh, this was like 2 segments of the show ago. I guess you have to watch the VOD now.
But this does look fun. I like games like this.
Yeah. Do you have any media, or do I just continue down my list?
I actually started watching something earlier today.
Okay, what would that be?
Dream Productions, which is the Inside Out spin-off show that came out recently.
The one that is like...
Yeah, the little dream people.
Dream people. Do we have a video? Do we have a trailer for that? We have a trailer for that. Excellent. Here we see whatever's happening next. Maria, you started watching that.
Yeah, so it's the show is basically The Office Modern Family style documentary show about the little the bean people that I guess make Riley's dreams that you see in Inside Out 1 and stuff. Which is, as she is actually the one that was in the dream scene from Inside Out 1. I had to look that up. And this takes place between Inside Out 1 and 2, so Riley is not a full teenager yet, which is why she looks younger. And, that's why like anxiety and ennui are not yet there. But it does show more of her development, because they do bring up a thing of like the job of the dream studio is when there are times that Riley is making memories, like the little orbs, that if they need to be processed more, like Riley needs to think about them more, they're sent to the dream studio, and the dream studio makes a script. So it's basically, the dreams aren't random. It's the brain trying to help Riley process a situation that she's stressed out about or thinking about. Like the big one during the show is a school dance coming up. So a lot of the dreams are surrounding the things with that. Like teenage girl things like wearing something, asking someone out, the fear of that, fear of getting embarrassed and growing up and things like that. Which is a very cool concept. I like it. And you follow the little purple one, who I kind of faces something that I think you do see Joy go through in Inside Out 1 and 2, which is dealing with the fact that Riley is not a kid anymore, is actually experiencing complex emotions. Because the thing is that she's a hit dream director, but it was for dreams when she was a kid. So very simple, very childish things. And everyone in the studio is like, Riley's not a kid anymore.
Oops.
And the whole thing is that if you want to have a hit dream, it's a dream that she still remembers even when she wakes up. If your dream's not a hit, she'll forget about it. Like, 90% of the dreams that you have when you're asleep. You don't remember most of your dreams. And then it just, goes through the whole thing with that, with still like the mockumentary style to it, which they do keep fairly consistent. Sometimes they diverge from that format, which can get annoying, but they do that. But that's an annoyance I have with most mockumentary styled shows, where it's like, The Office sometimes feels like they forgot about that plot line halfway through.
Where it's like, they really let a camera team witness them and follow them around during this situation?
Especially some of the times when they're just at home.
Yeah. Since you brought up Modern Family, which we are currently watching, is like, in that one, there's a funny evolution to be seen, and it probably then raises a question where dream production is in it. So The Office very famously acknowledges completely that they are filmed. There is a film studio that is interacting, is recording their office live, right?
Yes.
So it's very explicit. Made, yes. What we see is a footage that the film crew collected.
Yes.
this has become so much of its own trope or feature or style that in Modern Family, while they do the cutaways to when they sit on the sofa and comment on the thing we see, and while every now and then in the events that we see, we have characters doing this awkward look into the camera where it's acknowledging that there is a camera. Beyond doing those elements of a mockumentary, it absolutely doesn't get acknowledged. It doesn't really make sense, and they also do and allow things to happen on camera and be witnessed that you wouldn't if there really would be in canon a universe team following around. So this kind of mockumentary type filmmaking has evolved to a point where you can just use it as a stylistic feature without any actual canonically acknowledgement.
Which is so, with this show, it's so funny because there is moments where it's like they are fully acknowledging the camera person. Half the shots are like, if some characters are far away having a conversation, the cameraman's not over there. And like interview segments, all that stuff, you sometimes see a boom mic and things like that. But then then it sometimes just shifts to headquarters with joy and sadness and stuff. And sometimes it just goes out to how Riley is living. So it's like, how does this work in the aspect of the documentary? But
probably doesn't.
I think because it's a cartoon, it's more forgivable than a live action show.
Or it's also still the same case as with Modern Family.
Yes.
It has become a stylistic way to show it without actually committing to it.
It says something that the show that I think committed the most to the mockumentary style was the 2015 Muppets show, because they stuck to the fact that everything was documentary style the whole time. But like no, this I've gotten through half of the show, so these are first impressions. It's very cute. Like there are some. The thing you have to get through with the first 2 episodes, though, is the best way to describe the main character, which is the purple one named, I think her name is like Penelope or something like that. It's some sort of alliteration name that starts with a P. And she is very much like an overbearing mom type, which means that there are so many moments of secondhand embarrassment. And I'm just saying, if you are the type of person who's kind of like, because, a lot of this is her not doing a good job as a director and being, trying to, everyone's saying, these dreams have to be a little bit more grown up given that you have a teenager now, and she does not understand it at all. And it's like, you honestly feel like a teenager because you're like, Mom, you're embarrassing me. Please stop. And if you can't handle that, the first 2 episodes are a fucking nightmare.
Okay. That's a fair warning.
But she does. I don't think she's a bad character. It violently achieves what it's trying to achieve, because it is in canon that everyone else is like, this is not good. And then you have Zenny, who's the one with my haircut right there. Who's
you pointing at the screen is only useful for me personally.
I know, but then you can use the little magnifying glass.
True.
But who's played by the hamster from Bad Guys, the guy from, what's his name, Richard Ayoade, the guy with the very distinct voice that it's always that guy.
The IT guy.
Yes, the IT guy. I was like, what's the name of that show? About
IT crowd. IT crowd guy.
Who is in charge of daydreams, which is very funny because she hates him for most of the show so far, because she thinks that daydreams are stupid because they're not actual dreams because your eyes aren't closed. He has some of the best jokes, though, because he is a very much like, I cannot stand this person mentality. Also, I love the name. Some of these jokes are, like, this show is funny. I will give it that. Especially with the, like most things in Inside Out, it is very a relatable type of humor. But I love his daydreams of... the titles of the daydreams, like, movies are, like, Everyone's a Robot But Me. And my parents have a secret child across the street. Which is like, what the fuck is Riley having daydreams about? But it's so fucking funny to me. But the best character by far in the show is actually a version of Riley, because she has like a thought, like this is a manifestation, like an imaginary friend manifestation, that she drew a vision of what she would be like as a teenager. And in her head, she's like a barista at like a little club where other people, like a thinking club is the best way I could put it. But the way she's animated is that she is a 2D drawing on a piece of loose leaf paper, and they fully utilize that. Like when everything is like doodled, and when she like yells, there's like doodles behind her.
I believe I saw her in the trailer.
She's so cute and funny. I adore her. She is my favorite character, along with Melatonin the dog. The dog that if you pet it enough, you will fall asleep because he's melatonin. He is very cute. I love him.
I see.
He has no lines.
I mean, he is a dog.
He is a dog.
Is he voiced by, what's his name, Alan Tudyk?
If I looked it up and it was, that would be very funny.
Well, let me see. Dream Productions, Melatonin voice.
Paula, that's her name.
But this is...
They may have used just an actual dog.
They could have used an actual chicken for Moana, but they didn't. They used Alan Tudyk, so...
I did look it up. There's not a lot of cast listings with this show. Because it is a fairly small cast, and like half the cast is just people returning from Inside Out.
Yeah.
Melatonin the dog. He does not have a voice actor listed. Nor any quotes or
Which
trivia.
Probably means because when the final, it's a tragic moment, the final episode of Lower Decks aired also not too long ago. Could have talked about that one. Maybe still can. We'll see how much time is left. But yeah, I also noticed like they had for the final episode, a very short cast list, or one of the final episodes. And I was like, I really want to know who this is. Is this a famous voice actor or not? And eventually, but the casting, the voice actor list, the credits, that's what I'm looking for. The credits were like far too short. And a lot of those special appearances, special named characters were not listed at all.
Which is so that's been a common thing in a lot of shows recently, and it's very frustrating.
Okay. In this particular phase, however, context, it was not that they completely did not give credit to members of the cast. The main cast voiced most of them. So there were multiple roles. I figured out that the main screamy guy, the security chief, also voiced this other character where I was like, which I believe was a reference to a previously existing real Star Trek live action actor. And I was like, oh, did they get the actual actor back? Which they did so many times in Lower Deck. It's super funny.
Yes.
But so I tried to figure out if they also got the real actor for this character back. And I looked and I was like, and then I
mean, that's really impressive that the main cast can do that.
Yeah, but then I found out like, oh, no. It was this guy all along. It's just he was in the studio and he just voiced one of the additional characters who only had a handful of lines.
But yeah, like it's a like most concepts in Inside Out, it's very novel, and I do like how they handle it. I mean, I always loved the concept that the camera for their movie studio is just Riley's vision. So, which is very funny when they tackle the concept of sleepwalking, in that the camera just keeps slowly moving backwards because like the dream thing is like between awake and sleep, which it tackles a lot of, I'm trying not to spoil as much as I can, but like it's a very cute show. You don't need to watch it I'm not saying you would lose anything on how Inside Out's world works. And again, you do have to deal with 2 episodes where the main humor is oh my god, this woman is not letting go of the fact that their kid is basically growing. Because she treats Riley like it's her kid, you know?
But so, point being, it is additional material to an IP you like.
Yes.
And not homework like with all the MCU shows.
Yes.
Okay, that is already good.
It is not homework at all. It is if you like how Inside Out handles concepts of the mind, this is a cute little show. Each episode's like 12 minutes. It's very bite-sized. It's a very Pringle show. You can pop it and then you're good. I don't think that you would lose anything. It's just a net gain. The worst you lose is you watch the first episode and you're like, it's not my thing. It's nothing offensively bad. I think it's actually pretty good and funny. It's a very solid comedy, which I kind of forgot that Pixar can just do comedies. Because everything either is not great, like Lightyear, or turns out to be surprisingly sad. Like
Coco.
Or Inside Out 2.
All that.
Oh, you know, like, where it's like, oh, this is hilarious, funny skeletons, funny emotions. Oh, cool, a panic attack. It's like, can I just laugh? Is that so hard? But no, so I watched that, like, literally today. And I had a good time. Disney and Pixar can still make good things. Especially things when they know that it doesn't have to be homework. We haven't caught up on Creature Commandos yet.
No.
Have we talked about Creature Commandos at all?
No, I don't think so.
We could talk about our first impressions of that.
It's good.
James Gunn is still hitting it out of the park with DC things. G.I. is one of the best characters he's ever made. I love G.I. Robot. If you don't like G.I. Robot, that's a red flag.
No, official trailer sounds about right. Let's go for that bad boy. See what happens if we put it on here. But yeah, in a first impression, it's very Suicide Squad-ish because it's Amanda Waller recruiting a team. Which, yeah. But it's a very different team. The thing is, they're all creatures in this commando unit.
Yes, you are describing this show great.
I know. That's what I'm here for.
It is also very bloody, which you shouldn't be surprised given that it is a James Gunn production. But yeah, you know, you have Rick Flag Sr., so if you watch Suicide Squad or Peacemaker, Rick Flag Jr.'s dad. And then you have characters like... You have Weasel, so you have someone returning from
the Suicide Squad.
Yes, and then you have the Bride, which is kind of the Bride of Frankenstein, but they're not allowed to use Bride of Frankenstein, so it is just the Bride. For Eric, which is the Frankenstein monster, a character that, man, they picked someone who is way too charismatic to play a character that's objectively not a good person. The fish girl, Nina's her name, which I'm still wondering why the fuck she's part of the team in the episodes we've watched so far, because she's been outright useless.
Useless and a goody two-shoes. Sure, she is neither useless for the tasks they have.
And then you have Dr. Phosphorus, my favorite character by far, which is Alan Tudyk. Just blows shit up. And then G.I. Robot. I love this coin-operated boy, which is just James Gunn's brother saying how much he wants to kill Nazis.
Are you a Nazi?
None of these people have identification papers. And you don't know who's out there. Friend Nina, we killed Nazis together. It's just, he's so likable. Look at this happy man. You get real Iron Giant vibes from him.
Except that he wants to and is allowed to kill. Unlike the Iron Giant, who would prefer not to be a weapon. But no, G.I. Robot is fully embracing his weapon status.
But no, this is a very good one. And James Gunn is so far the only person who I'm like, okay, you know what? have to do homework and watch these shows, because apparently, because all these people are played by who is going to be portraying them when these characters go to live action.
Okay.
Because I know Rick Flag Sr. is going to be in the next season of Peacemaker, and so on and so forth.
Oh yeah, okay.
Because that's the whole thing. That's why James Gunn made like the distinction of what's an Elseworlds DC thing and what's in the canon, is that no matter what is done in the main canon, it's always going to be played by the same person, whether it's animated or live action.
Oh, okay.
But which also means Alan Tudyk's gonna play like so many characters, because he is still Clayface in this show apparently, and he was Magnus, the guy who made the Metal Men, which who asked for the Metal Men in the year 2024? But like there's just so many characters played by
I
Alan
assume
Tudyk.
Doom Patrol is not canon of the new DCEU.
No, it's not.
Okay, because then he was
also
be...
he was also Dr. Nowhere.
Yeah. But no, if you can get your hands on it, it is
a very fun gore warning.
Yeah, gore warning. But beyond that, I am probably, to the audience of this show, this is no news, a little bit on the superhero fatigued end of things, specifically the Marvel-esque superhero stuff. But no, Creature Commando is a great joy, and I mean, the last two superhero products that had James Gunn's name on it, namely the Suicide Squad and Guardians 3, are basically by far my favorite superhero-related things of the last couple of years. Plus, of course, Peacemaker.
Yes, and man, Superman fans are eating so well with My Adventures with Superman and the new Superman that's coming out.
That's actually also true.
Like, man, good job, Superman fans. I know you waited a while. Meanwhile, Batman and Joker fans are just waiting or suffering.
Yeah.
And don't even ask how Harley Quinn fans are doing.
Well. But yeah.
But yeah, you have more stuff.
I have one more. After that, I'm also, believe, run out for the moment. There is, of course, season 2 of Oshinoko, which is like, if you have not watched season 1, then this is maybe your wake-up call to watch Oshinoko as a whole thing, because would I say season 2? I believe, I mean, I already was blown away by season 1. I mean, the story is basically to go into how to explain the plot at all without going into massive spoilers about the setup. I believe I talked about the first season on the show, didn't I?
Is the intro supposed to be 60 frames per second?
It looks very weird, doesn't it?
Well, because when you usually when something animated is turned 60 frames per second, it's interpolated.
Yeah.
So it's like making up frames, because it looks way too smooth.
It looks way too smooth. When we watched the show, it did not look like this either.
Oh, okay. So this is just this person decided, hey, let's put frame smoothing.
Yes,
Gross.
Which it looks pretty nasty. The actual intro in the show looks better, just objectively better. This is the one that
is this the J-pop star who had the 2 kids with the star eyes that has the little glow stick gift that we have?
Yes, that is actually that show. And
they grew up?
They that is what happens in basically episode 2. The little kids with the glow sticks are already grown up is relative. It's an anime, so obviously they are teenagers. The number of animes where they are not teenagers.
I just think of that Pro ZD video where it's like the people keep listing their things, and it's like, I'm 11, and it's just like it's like, I'm just a little baby, and I like flowers. I don't know, maybe you're 5. I'm 1,000.
Yeah. Like, no, but yeah, it's. I would say Oshinoko is definitely one of the shows where those characters who happen to go to high school and have a wiki page age of in their teens, they handle adult problem. I mean, this show has a few teenager problems as well, but the vast majority of how the characters act and what they go through and their life situation reflects a lot more an adult than a teenager. So it's one of those shows where I would not necessarily qualify the characters as teenagers.
Why does he have vampire teeth and 3 horns?
Because that is the plot of the second season. I mean, I guess that much needs to be explained. So, if you still haven't watched Oshinoko, not even the first episode, do it. It's really good. I will do a very, very quick spoiler tag for just the premise, because when I watched it for the first time, it was like a holy fuck moment. And I don't want to rob you of that holy fuck moment. Just know that this show gets my Ayn Wye 2 thumbs of approval. It's a drama show. It's not funny at all. If you're looking for an entertaining,
they really bait and switch you with some of the aesthetics of the first season.
Do they?
Well, I mean, I remember when this show was first like marketed and everything, and they only showed the girl, the J-pop star and stuff, and you know, like,
okay, then this sounds.
I'm saying like bait and switch in that. I know plenty of people who went in being like, oh, you know, isekai. Oh, I'm the kid of a J-pop star, little Twilight sparkle eyes. Oh no!
Exactly. Oh no. But yeah, I mean, this sounds more like a bait and switch because the style stays the same. But yeah, the story is a very.
That's why I'm saying it's a bait and switch with the aesthetics of what was probably what looks like. This could just be an anime of a K-pop group or something, or J-pop group, and then you get to the content.
Yeah. Okay.
It's like Happy Tree Friends, where it's a very cutesy art style, and then suddenly everyone's limbs fall apart.
But yeah, so not a fun show. It's most definitely a drama series, if not even, what are they called if they can't have a happy ending? Cyberpunk 27, Cyber Edge Runners is one of those.
A tragedy.
Maybe.
Wait, is there an actual genre you're trying to figure out? Like, hold on.
Like when stories don't have a happy end.
Drama. Hold on, let me look. Cyberpunk Edge Runners.
I mean,
no, I mean like.
Yeah, from the type of narrative. It's not a comedy. It's not a.
Give me.
Is it just tragedy? I could swear that there was something that Grimdark. Maybe Grimdark. Is it Grimdark? If there is no happy end and there cannot be one by Ebner.
Bojack... drama. It's just drama.
Drama is an umbrella term. Doomed plot. Yeah, I'm definitely talking about but I'm not sure if it is.
A tragedy drama. It's definitely not a dramedy.
Yeah. So, and I mean, the thing is like, I heard that the manga it's based on ended not too long ago, and while I don't know anything about the ending, and I don't want to know anything about the ending, I heard that there was, in corners of the internet, unsatisfaction with how it ended.
I mean, to be fair,
divisive ending.
To be fair, most manga fans are like that. I don't know if you heard the amount of unhappy people at My Hero's.
I also heard about this one too. Yeah.
Talk about this stuff, because again, I could go on about how entitled My Hero fans are.
Oh my.
Yeah. As someone who mostly followed My Hero through the manga, I was perfectly fine with the ending. I don't know what people expected. It's better than Attack on Titan never fucking... Yeah. But anyway, Oshinoko.
That was a shit ending, Attack on Titan.
Yeah, with your Eren Yeager jacket that you look like you have on. You have like the...
It's a color brown.
Yeah, with a little bit of trim. Yeah. Look, some people associate basic things. That we looked at your one game and people were dressed in purple and people were saying William Afton. People associate things with colors.
Yeah, that sounds more like people having a very tunnel vision on reality.
Yes, and
you should not. You should probably not feed them with even more like, this is color brown. Brown is Titan. They don't need more of that.
I know you don't want to be associated with Eren Yeager.
I don't want to have my hoodie that I like associated with this crap show. Crap ending. The show was pretty good. I loved it for the longest time.
And then the ending.
And then they did things. Mm-hmm. And the ending was like the cherry on top.
It's like Star Versus. It was good until it wasn't.
Exactly. I mean, I was such a hardcore fan for the first season. And like Titan.
Yeah.
Star, not a hardcore fan. I liked it for the first season.
Yeah, but
anyways,
Shinoko.
Wait, this direction.
Yes.
I'm used that the shared screen is up there. But
you're mimicking me
exactly,
in the artwork
usually
now.
Usually I'm down there, so I can't just point up. But
I mean, you are down there.
I am kind of.
Yeah, and so am I.
So Oshinoko, do I still go into the spoiler thing? I talked so long about it. So premise, there is a premise, and the main dude. Who grew up, this one here, who now suddenly has 3 horns. So this dude, Ruby, no. Sapphire, no. Blue, no.
Garnet,
Fuck.
Steven,
Fuck.
Pearl, Amethyst.
Ruby, she is Ruby, he's Aqua, see, I knew the name. So Aqua is on a mission to find a murderer hiding in the entertainment industry. Mm-hmm. And on that mission for the second season, he already joins multiple productions throughout all kinds of media to find that murderer, while at the same time his sister just wants to be an idol, like Mama. So for this season, he joins a theater production. And what is always a fun thing about Oshinoko is that they give a pretty bleak and honest look into behind-the-scenes situations in the entertainment industry. They talked a lot about how the life of an idol can be pretty hard and shitty. They, in the previous season, talked about reality TV shows and how online abuse of actors on such a show can drive them into a very bad place. Stuff like this gets addressed with not downplayed at all. For this season he joins this kind of like 3D surround thingy theater production. Mm-hmm. And also adaptation shenanigans get discussed, different acting styles. But this is only just an interesting element. On the other hand, you still have him doing his investigations. And in this season, we had, I would say, more of an like a cohesive overspanning arc. Like the first season had more smaller arcs, while here you have this big thing where it also becomes funny that all the characters just happen to be cast as the characters within this play within the show, which coincidentally perfectly resemble their own trauma and situations they as people need to overcome, and then they go into like, it's not subtle, but it's funny how they did it. This layer cake of how they then have their inner monologue while on stage about a thing, and then a flashback, and then their character on stage goes through what they go as a person, and it's visually a phenomenal show with a brilliant soundtrack. Still would recommend it. Again, not for the easy off heart.
Yeah.
Because not a fun show. A show that makes you go, holy motherfuck, what am I watching? My life is so sad now, please give me a drink. But that aside, great show. Fantastic show. Go watch if you can stomach it. And this is what I have prepared.
Yeah. I mean, the reason why it looked like I was glaring is because I was just looking at some of the questions, and God, half of them aren't fun. What happened to
Ouch.
What happened to fun questions, guys? I don't want to be real. I want to be fun.
We need to come up with our own questions.
Yeah, I mean, we could. Oh, I mean, I could talk about I could talk about the one movie I watched on the plane here.
Sure, if it's
So I watched Despicable Me 4.
Oh no! Oh no! I didn't see this one coming.
It was on. So here's the specific thing. I saw someone in front of me watching it, and I was getting very confused about what was happening, because obviously you can't hear what the other person is watching on their little TV thing. So I was like, okay, so now I need to know context, right? So I watched it, and look, I don't hate the Despicable Me movies. I think they're too safe to hate.
Yeah, of course.
I mean, the first one is still the best one.
The first one is actually good.
Yeah, the first one is actually. The second one's okay. I like the lady is fun. The lady is fun. It's Kristen Wiig. You can't get mad at good Lola Bunny.
Sneak attack.
Yeah.
No wait, he shouts sneak attack and she's.
Yes.
You should not announce your attack before you do it. You know.
Exactly. Wait, did you change all of our names in your Discord?
No, that is streamer mode.
Oh,
and funny enough,
that's weird.
It switched on for the New Year stream, and it has not switched back. So even when I turn off OBS, it's still in streamer mode. Oh wait, probably up here.
Yeah.
Disable.
There you go. Good job.
Oh, look, the names are back.
But no. So I could talk about Despicable Me 4.
Wait, I then should probably put it on, right?
I also had the massive discovery that every Despicable Me movie has like a song that I just heard outside of Despicable Me that made me realize, I mean, obviously Happy was in the first movie, but I also knew that as the song from Despicable Me. The only one that I can't remember the song from is Despicable Me 2, but I know that I heard the song from it. Because I guess Pharrell just decides, hey, I'm just going to go, keep getting hired by Illumination, I'm going to just make some of the best songs of my career. And I was like, okay, Despicable Me 3, I don't think I knew the song from this. No, I did, because it became a trending sound on TikTok, but I didn't know it came from Despicable Me 3, because it was just this part that's like, hug me, bring it in, and I was like, wait, I know this song. But then I listened to the rest of it. It's a song with Trey Parker in it, because Trey Parker's in Despicable Me 3. So when you listen to the actual song, it just sounds like fucking Randy from South Park singing. Well, yeah, because there's a part of the song that's just whatcha, and it's just Randy doing his Lord impression. And then Despicable Me 4 had like an actual hit song called Double Life that actually had like radio play. It was a hit song. Which I also learned was apparently, for the 5 people in the stream audience that actually knows the Kendrick Lamar and Drake beef, is actually a diss track towards Drake that he made as his song for Despicable Me 4, which is amazing. But no, the movie. So, I mean, like, the Minions are only in, like, 15 minutes of it, so that's
an improvement.
That is definitely an improvement, and their side plot is mostly people hating them, which I'm fine with. Yeah, the whole side plot is that the Minions just don't live with Gru anymore, and they help the Anti-Villain League as like employees, and they mutate some of them to be like superheroes. But the thing is, they're really bad at being superheroes, so everyone hates them, so they have to immediately retire them. And that's that whole B plot, I suppose.
Huh.
But no, the whole plot of the movie is Gru is capturing one villain that was a villain he went to school with, which is played by Will Ferrell, which is very funny if you know the whole thing of Megamind and Despicable Me coming out at the same time. And but no, it's like this one is the only villain so far that actually feels like a genuine arch enemy to Gru. Mm-hmm. And his whole thing is he likes cockroaches. So he mutated his body. Like you see this Will Ferrell character, and he's wearing like a big, pimp jacket most of the time. That's because if he takes it off, it's just a roach body. It is not comfy to look at. And he wants to just his thing is so fuck you to Gru. He just wants to kidnap Gru's kid, like the baby. Which by the way, it's one of the few baby characters I don't get viscerally adverse to. It is this and Storks. They are the only two with babies that don't violently annoy me.
But what about Ice Age?
I mean, there was a meme about how much people wanted to hurt the Ice Age baby, so, you know. But, like, so the family has to just go into witness protection.
What about Boss Baby?
You know my feelings on Boss Baby. I violently discussed Oscar-nominated movie Boss Baby. But, no, the thing is that they have to go into witness protection. My biggest criticism of the movie is that too many things are happening. Because over the course of the movie, you have them adjusting to their new identities. You know, there's things with the three daughters who just increasingly get less and less focus as these movies go on. And yet somehow don't age, even though they have an obviously, like, 8-month-old baby.
Yeah.
Then Gru is, you know, there's the whole villain plot. There's the Minions thing, and then Gru teaching a kid who wants to be a supervillain, who's basically like, you're Gru, you're the guy who stole the moon, and she wants to be a supervillain. She's the best character in the movie. Her name is Poppy, and I love her. She's just a sassy, like, kid, and she's great. But no, the movie is very, very, like I said, Despicable Me movies are too inoffensive to hate. This one, I think, has a vision to it, which I can say more than... No, I think I could say it about the other movies, too, but this one actually felt like this is something that would happen in the universe, not Gru has a twin brother, which was the stupidest plot line of all time. At least him getting married makes sense. They did that with Hotel Transylvania as well. You know, like, that's standard. Why do we suddenly have a blonde Gru, who doesn't show up in the movie, by the way? He has a cameo at the very end. Also, I'm 90% sure this movie is meant to be a finale movie. Because they have a whole song sequence at the end that has all the prisoners from the previous movies and the Minions movies and the one where Gru is a kid, who are all still alive. Don't know how that works, since at least the Tina Fey villain from the Minions movies was like in the 60s, I think. So, but no, they're all in the same prison. Sure. Also, okay, apparently the villain from the first Despicable Me movie is not still on the moon. That's good to know, because everyone assumed he was dead. But with how it ended, it was kind of like, oh, is this the last movie? This has a finality sense to it.
I mean, I can imagine that many people on the staff wanted to be the last movie, but let's see how long that lasts when management wants more money.
I mean, they could just make more Minions. I guess that's the thing. I mean, that is why I think they actually made the Minions move out of Gru's house. Because it's like, oh, okay, so they're going to have their own plot lines away from the family, I guess. But it's like, it feels like the story of Gru and his little crotch goblins, adopted crotch goblin and now official crotch goblin, is now over. Which is fine. I mean, I like the human characters in Despicable Me. The human characters are actually usually very delightful. It's the Tic Tacs that I don't like. And also the fact that it seems like every movie wants to just add more things going on. The reason the first Despicable Me movie is so good is that it had one idea and it just went with it. And then they were like, let's add a B plot and then a C plot. And then that just kept happening with every movie. And I don't know why.
What was the one where the Minions were in prison? That was number 3, wasn't it?
That was 3, yes.
Yeah. Where it was just like, why? Why stop cutting away to their shenanigans? I don't care.
Why are we having like Family Guy-esque cutaways in a theatrical animated movie is my question. And it's sad. Despicable Me had probably my favorite villain out of all of them because I like this guy who's man-child stuck in the 80s. I think Balthazar is a very funny villain. But, you know, this is what it needed to be. It's funny and it's safe, and I think families would really like it. And I got a few good laughs out of it. I can't help but not like Steve Carell and Will Ferrell. Like, you know, I like it a lot. Some characters don't need to exist.
I mean, he contributed words to the English dictionary.
Yes.
Girls.
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 But, However, I will say there's one character in this that feels so useless, and that's not a crazy thing to say about Despicable Me movies. Cockroach Man has a girlfriend, who's played by Sofia Vergara. You know, the lady from Modern Family. You know.
Oh yeah.
And she's. I think her only trope on TV tropes for the movie is satellite character, because she has no other personality. They said that she went to the same villain school as everyone else, and she is competent. But if they didn't state outright that this woman was his girlfriend, you wouldn't know that they were dating. Or they have barely any interaction with each other outside of like a sidekick and villain lackey relationship. And also that her character design is one of the worst. Her character design looks like those character designs when they want to purposely design a bimbo. Which I don't know how to feel that you did that to Sofia Vergara.
I mean, she kind of gets it. I mean, I'm trying to see if I know her of any other IPs, because her role in Modern Family is also a little bit like, woman, you should not have allowed them to write you like that.
I will say, her personality in Despicable Me 4 isn't, hey, I am a Latino person, which is what a lot of roles usually make her out to be. Is that, you know, I am from Latin America. This is my personality trait. I will give Despicable Me for that. It's just that her character design is so weird looking, which is very funny to say in a world where that is your main character. But I don't know. It's just kind of like, I usually like character designs in Illumination. They know how to make aesthetically pleasing looking characters. I don't know what went wrong with her. But yeah, I don't know if I would recommend... If you like the Despicable Me franchise, you'll like this movie. It's more of the same. But it's safe. It's safe, but I had to watch it because when I saw him take off his coat and become the Cockroach Man, I need to. You don't just see that and you're like, okay, well, I don't need to know any context here. So yeah, there you go. I literally, Deadpool and Wolverine was on the plane. I could have watched that again, but I watched this.
Yeah, decisions have been made.
Mistakes were made.
Also those. Art of the week.
Oh yeah.
Over there. Still weird to look over there.
Oh yeah, while we were
especially
having...
since the stuff that I'm actually staring at is at least off camera, so it's not me literally staring at a wall visibly. But yeah, sorry, Art of the week.
So this was a fan art made by my friend Inky during my subathon of my VTuber model. Which I did do before the last Awkward Cast, but for some reason you wanted a cosmic art as the art of the week, and
because we kind of had to skip it for the traditional art.
Yeah.
So,
but no, I just really like this fan art. I think she did a great job. Everyone did a great job drawing cosmic, though I do love that everyone says the main appeal of drawing cosmic and cosmonauts is the fact that they're very easy to draw. I mean, it is just, you draw a body, you draw eyes, and then you overlay a space pattern. You don't really need to do more than that.
I would not know what you are talking... Yeah, wait. I wouldn't know what you're talking about. That sounds like something super hard that only a genius could do.
You know, you could have at least colored the welcome blue.
I mean... I made it a thing. You said to definitely not do it, and I wanted to get it sent to you as fast as possible. I'm pretty proud that I managed to pull this off within less than a minute. But yes, in hindsight, I also would like to, if I would have changed just a few more elements.
Also, you should have made the pupils glow at least, because not to critique this beautiful piece of art.
Of 1 minute of effort, yes.
This is very funny looking, though. I do like it. But also, the cardinal sin is that it has a nose and a mouth.
You couldn't tell. Come on, guys. Can you
tell when it's that tiny.
Exactly. But yeah, this is the actual good looking one.
It was done by my friend Inky. You should all check her out. She does great stuff. She has commissions open.
Ooh.
But yes, but But yeah, that's the art of the week.
That is the art of the week. So do we get the questions of the week? I mean, we can quickly get Blue Sky out of the way.
Yeah.
Yay! J-Rock! For both. Oh, we are risking... Was there any good would you rather? Are we risking our one good would you rather that
we didn't get other would you rathers. We got answers on this one. So
yeah, we can.
No, let's save J-Rock for the end.
Oh, let's J-Rock for the end. Okay, that's a fine one. So
we never save J-Rock. J-Rock's usually our opener. Let's switch things up.
Okay. So
I let's skip those top two. They're too retrospective. Okay, let's do Too Old for This Shit, who said that their answer is potato salad.
The answer is potato salad.
Okay, this is just because I'm white. Shocker, I know.
You're not. You're Sicilian.
I am white passing.
Okay.
In that you could probably see past me if I put my hand up to the lights. But no, maybe the question is like, what's a white person food that does not look appetite, that you just wonder why do you eat this? Because I feel that way about potato salad.
No, I'm more thinking like, what is your go-to food to bring to a home party for the buffet?
If you brought potato salad, you're not a good human being.
Or you're German. I mean,
no
good German party. Because potato salad is the ultimate home party food. It is...
Maybe I haven't had good potato salad.
Maybe, because it has enough fat and carbs to make a very good foundation for all the drinking that you do afterwards.
Okay,
and
yeah.
It's still temperature wise. It's edible from fridge cold to lukewarm to even maybe a little bit warmer if it's really freshly made. So it also doesn't suffer too much from standing out at the buffet for too long, except for the oxidation. But
sorry, I was looking and really enjoying Wolfhead's. You're white with a sprinkle of red pepper flakes.
Oh,
is that supposed to be my freckles?
Or hair?
Or hair, but no. I guess that works. In America, potato salad, usually badly made ones, is just cut up potatoes slathered in mayonnaise.
I mean, yeah, that is potato salad. I believe pickles are usually also added to it in German potato salad.
I've never seen one with pickles.
Curious. Go in. I mean, you are currently in Germany.
Yes,
he's currently here in Germany.
Yes, I am actually here. See, I can hit him.
But yeah,
this is my favorite bit.
Just go to any Aldi or Lidl or whatever where they have the cooling wall. And there you should probably find in those little plastic containers potato salad.
Yeah. Okay. I mean,
decent lunch food if you are too lazy to cook.
I mean, I guess that works. I've had a couple good potato salads from like New York delis, but that's because I'm New York. But no, that's a solid one of like, what would you bring to? I mean, it's also been the holidays, so maybe he's airing the question on the side of, what do you bring to the holiday party? I know that Odie is also a very petty person. That's why I think the question airs on him being judgmental over something, and the answer is the thing is he judges people for liking and eating potato salad. So I think like the question is like, what's a food that you know a lot of people like that you judge them for?
Or we are completely wrong and it's not even a food-related question and just his personal answer happens to be food-related. Which
what? Like, it's like, what food are... What?
No, you're still asking a food-related question.
No, I'm
How would you describe Chrissy's skin color?
First of all, how dare you? My complexion is a lot more even than potato salad. Second, I guess that could also work of like, yeah, potato salad's the adjective. So, but I'm also trying to think of like, God, the skin color one hit deep. But it's like,
sorry,
you're fine. But no, like, no, I'm gonna stick to my thing of what's a food that you judge people for liking.
Yeah, and I stick to the buffet answer.
Okay.
Chat, what was your question to the answer?
What was her name? That's not the question.
Who knows? Maybe, no?
Was her name Potato Salad?
I mean, think of Dragon Ball. All the characters are named after food items.
I mean, true.
So
Also, Potato Salad sounds like a really... Either the best drag queen you've ever seen.
Or the worst.
Or the worst. But okay, let's see what his question actually was.
His question actually was... If you could torture someone by making them eat the same food over and over, what would you pick?
I was close. I think I was the closer one here.
I would also say, like, eating it over and over, there is not enough nourishment in it. Potato salad,
it's just all
great
starch.
Foundation for a night of drinking. But not...
oh my god, we should have... I should have thought the fact that Odie usually writes questions based off personal experience. I could totally believe that he ate potato salad for like a week in a row. And he got sick of it.
And was like, this is torture.
But
we have another answer.
Huh?
We have another answer.
I know, but we should answer the question of like what...
Oh, we already gave our answers. My answer was a party buffet.
You would torture someone by making them eat a party buffet?
Oh, no, you're right. We never gave our answers to the questions we assumed it was.
But that's what we usually do.
Yes, but normally we also answer the question we assume it is.
Oh.
We forgot that part completely.
Okay, so my question was, like, what's a food that you know a lot of people like that you judge them for?
Yes.
My answer to that would be not potato salad. I mean... That's the thing. I'm not that judgmental of a person.
Oh, I am, but yet again, not.
Okay. Olives. I don't understand people who like olives. It's a texture thing. I don't.
Does your Sicilian heritage boil up inside of you and are like heresy?
Look. As Sicilian as I am, I'm also someone who has sensory things with food, and the texture of an olive I don't like the texture of a grape with the flavor of a pickle. And that's what olives feel like to me. Also plain oatmeal. How sad are you in life that you don't put anything in your oatmeal?
That is something I could judge them for as well.
What would you judge someone?
I need to answer your idea
I'll answer yours.
of that is fair, I guess. Okay, a food that is popular with other people, but that I judge them for, or
the food that you know that a lot of people like, and you're like, but why though? But why?
Oh, there's so much. I mean, I have my exotic ones, which I'm not alone in being not a fan.
Think of standards.
Like for example, like the little thingies, the sea thingies. Carps.
Calamari?
No, capers.
Oh, the little,
but
the evil
a lot
peas.
of people don't like them, so I'm not alone on this one. So I need to find something
I don't
where
like
I
capers
am.
either.
Yeah, exactly. Where I'm a little bit more
You
the
ruined chicken piccata.
bitchy one. Okay, where am I? I'm like, oh guys, how can you eat that? I'm so judgmental. How is nothing food related springing to mind? Maybe because usually I'm the one who that would actually give me material.
Is there like try thinking of the meals of the day. Is there like a breakfast thing that you're like, why would anyone eat this for breakfast?
I mean, if it gets too... I mean, I eat American diner food, which is technically too rich for breakfast, but I love it.
Which half of it is just dessert that we justify to eat in the morning. There has to be like a meat or
a lot of it. Yes, there should be.
A meat or a fish or something that you're like, ew. I mean, I know that...
oysters.
Well, I can't... I would die.
Fair, but no.
But also, I have looked up what oysters look like under a microscope. Mm-hmm. People are putting that shit in their bodies. That thing is so full of bacteria.
Oh, lovely. But no, I in the hotel where I made my apprenticeship, they had for some special occasion oysters, and they had enough so that the chef was like, "Hey, come here, to little apprenticeship. Here, you try one too." So they're
like,
so
slimy looking.
The thing is that they also. because they are like one of the very highbrow foods that the high society likes to eat, probably mostly because of exclusivity, because it just, besides the slimy texture, it just tastes like seawater. It's just a slightly salty,
I mean,
it doesn't
we also know
barely
that-
have any flavor.
We also know that rich people started not putting seasonings on their food because seasonings became available to the people, so they chose to eat unseasoned things. I can fully believe that they're like, look how I just look at people slurping up oysters and I'm like, to me, as someone who can't eat them, it looks like you're just slurping up snot. You're just eating sea boogers. I'm sorry. It looks disgusting.
And it just tastes like salt water.
So you could just go to the beach and take a gulp and you would have the similar experience.
Something like it. I guess, my question, my assumed question, good item for
a party buffet.
For a party buffet.
And would you bring potato salad?
No, I usually had guys bring it. I also had one guy which I always wrapped up to bring a very specific apple pie, which I really liked. Not a pie, obviously, because Germany pies literally do not exist. So an apple cake.
Someone tries baking a pie in Germany and it just endgames itself. Like
it becomes a kuchen. It becomes a cake.
Yeah,
there are no pies.
No, I'm imagining someone baking a pie in Germany, like and then it's just suddenly like
transforms like.
it's like taking out. What happened?
Exactly, but no, but what I actually do see, which is probably one of we over the holidays, we just saw some kind of reportage, whatever reportage is in English, some kind of thing on TV where they just interview a lot of people and show footage of stuff. What do you call this kind of program?
Like a talk show?
Yeah, there was less of an interaction. It was pre-recorded stuff, just edited together. A coverage, a report, a commentary.
A news report.
But it was not really news, so it was
like
just,
an editorial report.
Yeah, okay. I don't know. It was like they had like a 10. Or no, it was actually more. It was like 20 things, typical German things we will never forget.
Okay.
And then they had a few celebrities. They had the 10 things, so it was a list. And then they had a bunch of celebrities that oh yeah, I remember that thing back then.
You remember? I remember.
Yeah, basically. And one of them actually was an item which I am okay with, namely the cheese hedgehog.
The what?
The cheese hedgehog.
The who?
The cheese hedgehog.
The how?
The cheese hedgehog. Let me show you the cheese hedgehog. Wait, let's go with one that actually looks like a hedgehog.
People say Germans have no whimsy.
We like to have our cheese hedgehog.
What's the Cox and Crendor with the fucking Yule log?
Yeah, exactly. It normally doesn't need to have an actual body. The thing is, this
God,
is
that
also,
one's terrifying.
Yeah, this is a cheese hedgehog. You could also go very basic and just this also qualifies as a cheese hedgehog, even though it doesn't necessarily have a face. The cheese hedgehog is mostly just little dice of cheese stabbed together with usually a grape, and then you can also technically serve them on a platter, but that is kind of like boring. So the tradition arose to not have them as little finger food on a platter, but have the already penetrated cheeses and grapes penetrate even further into usually like a melon or something, which is wrapped in some material stuck in there, and then served. And because it has a lot of pointy ends going outwards, it's compared to a hedgehog, and it has cheese on it, so it's a cheese hedgehog.
I actually adore this. This is lovely. This one looks like a Star Trek creature, but I like that. I love the concept of a cheese hedgehog. That is so much better than what we have in America, because in America, and this may be a Midwest thing, because I had to survive the Midwest, they have a thing called a cheese ball. It looks disgusting.
Okay.
It tastes mediocre at best. If you like the texture of cream cheese, but have to share it communally in a ball like that, None of these
Oh.
look appetizing.
Oh no! Oh, I see I see the issue. So you have the cheese ball versus the cheese head. Well, especially this cute one. This is beating the contest, but yeah. I agree.
I would rather. First of all, the cheese hedgehog looks a lot cleaner to eat.
Yes. You don't even have to touch the food. You touch the toothpick. It's
Yeah,
you pull out the
it's a
toothpick.
finger food. Yeah.
Exactly.
But, like, the cheese ball... Do you want, like, 5 different textures, and you have to share it with everyone in their filthy, filthy thingies?
And you know that at least this one guy on the party, Kevin,
Yes.
will take the same cracker, dip it,
double
bite,
dipping.
and dip again.
Yes.
Exactly.
And if... Yeah. But, no, what I would bring to a buffet is something that I have brought to buffets before when I lived in New York. Because I like to make little sandwich stations of a very specific sandwich, which was one that I grew up with in New York that we ate every time we went to the beach, which is just roll, a very thinly beaten and breaded chicken cutlet, or you can grill the chicken. We've had both. Mozzarella, and roasted red peppers. To me, roasted red peppers are just the best thing ever, especially when you make them yourself. It's just the best roasted, like, bell pepper. It is delicious. And so I would bring that. And I remember bringing that to many of cookouts, and everything would be gone. Because it's just the perfect texture of most things. Also
finger food again. No?
Also finger food, because it would be like, you know, like a bread roll, so like the sandwich would only be like this big. Wouldn't be a fucking Scooby-Doo sandwich. As much as I will one day have one, and that will be the day that I die, and probably the cause. But yeah, no, that would be that, or just bringing the chicken cutlets, because to me, the best way to eat chicken, when it's not in a curry, that is the qualifier, is like really beaten down thin, breaded and fried. There's just something about that crunch and meat that I'm like, perfect. And plus you could put things on top of it. Just, you can make it, boom, put sauce, chicken palm, put bruschetta on it, chicken and bruschetta, put anything else on it, chicken and something. But yeah, so let's see denims. Personally, I'll take my chances as a peasant. I feel like this is a D&D-esque question, and it's also very long.
Oh, it is long.
It's too redacted long.
Yeah.
And Odie even said oof seconded, which could be a fake out. This could be like a play. So,
What is the question to which Denim personally would take her chances as a peasant?
Would you rather... I think maybe this is a would you rather. Would you rather be a king / queen / royalty, but your entire country despises you, and you know that you're going to be like French Revolution in like 2 years, but you still get 2 years of being a royal? Or you live as a peasant, but at least you know, but you're like the most liked peasant in the land.
Yeah.
Something like, obviously not with that much this much flowery language, but you know, that kind of thing. I think it's a would you rather.
Okay, that's fair. Okay, assuming it's not a would you rather.
And I also put that because if Odie is being genuine with the oof seconded, like, you know, the taking the chances thing or being the most liked, it's like, ooh, maybe I don't want to do high risk, low reward.
Yeah. So, which other scenario outside like French Revolution or a would you rather where it comes with a monkey paw thing, what other situation would you prefer to be a peasant? Because a peasant is not just normal person nowadays, just a nice, exactly, just having a nice little blue collar job, but otherwise being not exposed to other bullshit.
Yes.
No, a peasant is like you are usually probably living in a society where peasantry is a thing.
You have a house made of straw and one cow who's on its way out.
Basically, yeah. You're
And you sold 3 of your daughters for eggs.
Or do you live in a specific... I have a feeling it's about living in a specific scenario and being offered a position. So, no, you could live in revolutionary France. Which kind of social hierarchy would you like to belong to? So, of a more open one. And then, like, I take my chances. Because it's also like, I take my chances as a peasant. So, it's clear that peasant is still a risky bet.
Yeah.
Because you will... but yeah, it might be less riskier than, well, being the bourgeoisie. So, wait, or it's the bourgeoisie?
Bourgeoisie is the fancy people.
The fancy people,
yes.
right. And the the peasants.
The peasants are the... Not proletariat.
Oh, no, they are. I mean, proletarian is probably a translation of it, or a derived version of it that then got used in communism.
Maybe, yes.
It's probably derived from the French word of the people.
Something like that, yes. Well, I think it's a would you rather.
Yeah.
What about you?
I'm just trying to come up with... I mean, I'm probably thinking you are right, but I still want to bring in a little bit of diversity and be like, okay, what if it is... Maybe it's a translation thing, and with peasant, there is... Peasant means pawn in a game of chess. So you could be any chess character. Who do you want to be? I would take my chance as a peasant. But first of all, wrong word. And why would you go peasant?
Why would
Always
you
go tower.
Yeah. Or maybe it is like you get... What would be... If you had to be an NPC within like a D&D world, what would you be? Because at least with a peasant... You don't have a high chance of being killed by the party. You're not like the villain, which is the main target of the party, and you're not like, you get to live a simple life, and maybe a group of funny looking goblins meet you and ask you questions.
So yeah, I take your second answer as my answer to or my question to the answer. So yeah, I say like, yeah, because this goes into the direction that I was trying to reach. Like, yes, this is a scenario.
You went with the more isekai-y kind of
exactly thing. You are in this kind of D&D world, but not protagonist. You cannot be a hero. You're not a hero.
Yes.
Exactly. What would you like to go for? Okay, that's probably not it, but those are our questions. What are our answers to our questions?
Okay, so if I was an NPC in like a D&D world, I would like to be a shopkeeper or a bartender because usually those things come with the bard having to roll a charisma check, and God, I want those chances where they roll a nat 1 and I actually cause them damage points, or I kick them all out of the store because they insulted my like father or something. So it's like, I just want the opportunity for funny. Yes, that gives me the non-zero chance that the bard tries to roll to do some juggling to convince me to give him something for free. He rolls a nat 0, a knife falls into my face. But there's also the chance that it won't. So I'm gonna say shopkeeper or bartender.
Villain henchman.
Ah, okay.
Like third in command, kind of.
Okay.
Because now if you go, top honcho needs to be killed for satisfying ending. Second in command is usually the actual strong fighter one.
Yeah, the
one who's actually the superior enemy compared to the actual baddie.
Yes.
Until the actual baddie then does a thing in second form and stuff.
Yeah.
But so the third in command is probably the one that can be either persuade or switch sides, but still gets a lot of the evil action first. So I want to be third in command villain, henchman.
Wow, that's so you, Cody. It really is. Like, I don't want to be in the leadership position. I don't want to be right behind the leader where I still get a brunt of things. I'm in a very...
But high enough up that it does
get
killed in a random encounter.
I get the benefits.
Exactly. I don't want to be a random encounter, like...
But what is your answer to mine? Like, would you rather be a king... Even though you know
the revolution is about to start.
The revolution is about to start, but you still get a few years of fun.
Or a peasant in a country that needs a revolution.
Yes. Would you rather be the thing that causes history or the thing that's affected by history?
Yeah, I mean it's a very straight Yeah, I mean, assuming yours is the thing, I'm with you, with Denim, with Odie. If the revolution is coming, I'm biding my time, and then I want to see some heads roll.
I'm gonna go with being royalty.
Oh, really now?
I want the hedonistic, let them eat cake fun. And then I die, but you know what? I know that I'm gonna be in someone's history books. Because I need to know. I also want to be isekai into this kind of thing because I need to know what the fuck did I do that was so bad that I'm going to get revolutioned.
I mean, potentially just nothing, and the system was already just so skewed that the people were suffering, the riches were already with the royalty.
I want that I accidentally like.
Or you want to be responsible personally.
I want to be personally responsible. I want to be that I sent an armada to like Spain to be as, and I was like, no, this is a sign of good faith, and I accidentally crashed it into like the Queen. Like I want to cause trouble. I want to be an interesting footnote in history. Okay. No one remembers the peasant that cut off the head.
I mean. Some of them. Because they also then ended up on the guillotine themselves.
All right, but let's see.
Fun people. What was the actual question? Would you rather... Would you... Oh, and it's the isekai at the same time. Jesus. You have Denim pinned. It's would you rather meet Truck-kun and get reincarnated as a peasant in a medieval fantasy world facing a plague? Ooh.
Okay.
Or stay in your world. Oh, we didn't even think of that one. But be born into a venomous family of a billion. It's kind of.
Trump, Musk, Bezos, Gucci, etc.
Okay, you were kind of on, except for that it's a split between staying in our reality.
Yes, but I still had the themes. Okay. God, I love when we do answers. But no, I feel like I would go into the venomous family because then I could be the good one.
I actually thought the same thing. Like this is not royalty where your head comes off. You can just be the fucker who is going against the trend and then potentially even be popular for it.
Exactly. Like I could just be... Because, I mean, there's plenty of people in Trump's family who have spoken out. Elon's kids doesn't talk to him. You know, like... there was a whole movie about the Gucci family. So, like, you know, I could be the good... Because I'm assuming if I get Truck-kuned, I remember my past life. So I can...
Otherwise, you would just be a new human being.
Exactly. So I can remember, like, oh, yeah, these people are shitty. So I could just do a whole Ocean's 11 from the inside and just take all the money.
I mean, fair point, Odie just brings up, you would rather not be related, he would rather suffer a lot of bad things than being related to them, because that's true, then you are related to those shit people. But you can always be like, set yourself apart and be like...
I mean, just because we share... Look, there are good people in the world who are related to shitty people. Just because they share DNA does not mean they share personality.
Exactly. So,
especially in this very fantastical situation where you get Truck-kun and isekai'd, so you remember the past life and you remember what these shitty people are, so you weren't nurtured with the same mentality.
So you actually, you can actually come in with the mindset of a peasant in the billionaire family.
Exactly.
And then you can destroy it from the inside out. You can be the leak.
Exactly. That's my whole idea there.
Nice.
Yes. Do you want to join in the leaking? Or do you want to be a peasant?
No. I already said like that I would join you on the billionaire thing.
Well, there you go.
There we go. So that means we are now going to the grandiose final. Would you rather... Oh, wait, there's a new one.
When will you pay? This is towards me. I will play it when I have time. Don't worry, Ace.
So Ace asking when will you play Marvel Rivals for anybody who is not Ace and doesn't know what we are talking about.
Yes. Okay, but now it's time for the J-Rog.
The J-Rog. What we all have been waiting for. Would you rather be stranded on an island for 2 years with 20 friends of your choice, or be a group of 20 famous people of so you're either way you are stranded
With
on an
20
island
people.
for 2 years. So this part is constant.
Yes.
You are stranded on an island for 2 years. The question is rather with 20 friends of your choice or with a group of 20 famous people of your choice.
Why don't you start? Because I feel like I have an answer.
Me too. But I guess I can still start. Wait, is this the entire situation like with Fuck, Marry, Kill that you must not have the same answer and need to bullshit your way if your answer would have been the identical one?
My thing is that my answer would make it sound like I hate my friends. Because I'm going to pick the famous people. Because if I get sick of the famous people after 2 years, I don't lose anything. I will get rescued, and I just won't talk to these famous people again. I don't want to get sick of my friends and then get rescued for 2. Because look, if you're stuck on an island for 2 years with the same 20... I've seen Lost. The amount of interpersonal bullshit, you don't recover from that. And I don't need to deal with that. With people that I barely know past the surface level of I've seen you in a movie, then, if there's interpersonal stuff there, whatever, that's just TMZ. Like, I don't care. The fact that I care about my friendships enough with people and my interpersonal relationships enough with people that I don't want to ruin it. Because the 20 people is just enough that there will be enough to cause bullshit. Because, if it's just, 4 or 5 people, you know what? That's enough. People can go and have their quiet times and still interact with each other. 20 is enough that there's just enough people that I think could stir the pot. Where, because you can't assume that these 20 people are the exact same friendship level with each other. So there are going to be some people who are going to be like, I feel neglected, and then stir the pot, and then someone's going to be like, okay, who do we eat? And everyone's like, oh, okay, you're picking me, and then it just becomes a whole thing.
Then it just becomes jungle camp.
I will not feel bad eating Zachary Levi if I have to. If I need to, I will.
Maybe you should have gone second. I'm not sure if I can. Okay, now we come to the point. Is it final question rules and I need to pick the other answer?
No.
Okay, good. Because I want to also go for the 20 famous people, but for a very different.
Okay.
Yeah. I mean, first of all, I would have to get 20 friends together. Like, where do I find 20 friends? It would be a challenge to begin with.
At that point, you just look through your Discord and I was like, I guess I'm friends with you.
Yeah, but that would be already so much work to figure that out. No, but then the 20 famous people. So, first of all, we start. We can include childhood crushes. Mm-hmm. So, no, I mean, I heard Julia Stiles looks nice on a stranded on an island.
Yeah, there you go.
So first of all that. And but then I can also go famous people I know who have survival skills. I just go through the top 20 of or top 19, since one slot is already taken, but to the top 19 people with different skill sets of survival. So I could bring and people who are known to be actually good people. So I could bring in the muscle, who plays Drax again?
Dave Bautista.
Yeah, Dave Bautista. I bring Dave Bautista in as the muscle and also the heart of the group.
John Cena.
John Cena too. They are basically filling very similar roles, but we have 20 people. We can have a few redundancies. This is actually healthy.
You can put Dwayne Johnson there and bully him.
I was actually about to say that Dwayne Johnson as well, since you brought up the entire point about cannibalism, and we need somebody with a lot of meat on the bones, who would not be missed. then I'm not sure who the new what was the crocodile dude?
A new Steve Irwin.
Yeah, or his son is basically moving up. Bring Steve, bring the son, because he's also a famous person and he knows how to handle those wild animals. So that's also my God, I'm so bad with names today, but that's what I have you for. The shouty chef with the idiot sandwich.
Gordon Ramsay?
Yeah, because Gordon Ramsay,
How'd
can
you forget
cook.
Gordon Ramsay's
I don't
name?
know. I normally know his name, but yeah, he can cook, and behind the camera, he is actually a super nice guy. But when we need entertainment, we can have him perform a cooking show and insult all of us. So I can just put together the perfect survival
You're putting together
team
the Avengers of
survival on an island.
Of stranded islands.
And if everybody
this
there...
is what Lost should have been.
And everybody there will be super competent in their own field, except for me, which means I don't have to take care of anything. It's a 2-year vacation with famous people I like.
Markiplier.
Yes.
Yes.
Absolutely.
We'll put
Absolutely.
Only one YouTuber, and it's Markiplier.
But yeah,
there you go. Two very different reasons. One in preserving friendships, one in having a very entertaining 2 years.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I dare to say this first episode wasn't even all that awkward.
I know. Whoops.
A and Y and Key say hi to the people in the chat. The memes are seen on this live stream as they talk about random grabs. Time for awkward
It's the awkward.
Random guests and funny gags on the awkward cast. Artwork and analysis, which you do not want to miss on awkward.